It's a joint collaboration between the academy and the industry and the institutes in Sweden to create an innovation research program which also contains some educational features for PhD students. And it's based on a long series of previous programs, so we are reusing a lot of the previous knowledge and experiences we have.
Is there something whole new what you're doing now? Because we are talking about Industry 4.0 and digitalization and all these things. Are these things very closely involved?
The vision of Production 2030 is that Sweden should be the first choice when it comes to sustainable production, and the competitiveness of Swedish industry is really important for us. Sweden is doing good in many aspects, but we have a lot of challenges ahead of us. There's a growing competition, we have a demographic problem as well as the rest of Europe, and we need to use the digital tools to really profoundly change and renew the industry, and this is part of what this program is about.
So it has been going on for a year and a half. Do you already have some results?
Well, right now we have 18 projects running. We have started 34 PhD courses, national level, so that PhD students in different parts of the country, but also industry can participate in education on a PhD level. We have collaboration on an international level, so we are participating in EFRA and the KIC preparations, and also form together with the other Nordic countries, a Nordic Forum for Production Research and Innovation. We have actually a person in Brussels present, and we have a lot of collaboration also with the small and medium-sized industries. We try to package the results from the research and innovation projects in a way so that small and medium-sized industry easily can adapt without a lot of work.
Sweden has long and successful history and culture in industrial ways. Has it been hard or something somehow difficult to make those changes which are needed nowadays in the industry?
I think there is an ongoing change that's been going on for a long time. From my point of view, there's some people are discussing digitalization as something that started with the iPhone and the apps in 2007, but I know that in 1986, when I made my master's work as a student, I looked at digital models of robots at ABB Robotics. And today there is a extremely well-used digital infrastructure in the automotive manufacturers, Volvo Cars, for example, but also the Volvo Trucks. And a company that recently has gone through a reindustrialization or actually industrial renaissance is SKF, which is a big roller bearing company in Sweden, which has put on a nervous system of digitalization to create a lot of productivity increases. So I think it's possible. It's difficult, but it has a lot to do with the people, of course. So that's also something that is part of the Production 2030 program, a very great focus on people, on young people.
In Finland, very often we look to the Western Sweden, our neighborhood, and try to do something similar ways, same ways that Sweden is doing or Swedish companies are doing. What would be one thing for Finnish companies to cope and do similarly at the moment that the Swedish companies are doing?
I think that has been a lot of looking from the west towards the east also a long time, and especially during the Nokia area, it was a lot of interest in what the Finnish people are doing, and you're very decisive and you really do things. So I think that if there is something that we could look at is together, I think, is to create a bigger projects or collaborations, both on an educational point of view, but also perhaps on an innovation point of view, because we're quite similar. And we're trying to establish these kind of collaborations between us and our colleagues in Finland. So if Finland were to see, Finnish companies were to look at something, it might be that the industrial infrastructure in Sweden is maybe more diverse and more spread, and I think we have a lot to learn from each other. We're actually involved in a project with Tampere University. It's called the Renaissance of the Regions. So we have a Swedish project about production innovation that is, we're collaborating with this Finnish project to see if we can find some similarities, especially on the SME side. So this will be very, very interesting to see. Maybe we can learn from each other.